easier to be more over dramatic and then have them ask you to tone it down. So I put a lot more emotion behind it at first than I did during the second couple of read-throughs. Okay. Because it's a lot, because then you're showing them that you can do intense emotion. Right. Even if they don't want that specific scene to have intense emotion, they can see that. Hey everyone, it's Presley at ActiveThings.com here, and today I have an audition all the way in San Diego. So we've driven here for a while, and we listened to the Adventure Zone the whole time, and we're probably going to finish the podcast on our way home, which I'm super excited about.
Well, the balance arc.
The balance arc, yeah, not the whole podcast. We're gonna finish the balance arc on the way home, which I'm very excited about, but also I'm like not emotionally prepared to go through the last episode again. It's been a while, but I love it.
What's your audition?
My audition is for a short film called Tender the Night over here at San Diego. What is it called?
University of California, San Diego.
Yes, that. The University of California, San Diego, where I play a sister who runs away from home after a dysfunctional birthday party, and I have to do a monologue, a really emotional monologue first, which I picked. So that's gonna be fun to see how well I can do that on the way. We've practiced quite a few times, but it's always different when you're in the room.
This may be your monologue that we take to auditions when you need a monologue, because I think it's a good one. Big part of doing auditions like this is finding where you're supposed to go.
Yeah.
So we just scouted out a little bit, but we forgot the camera, so we're gonna go kind of walk back.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So we're gonna make our trek. Are you nervous, excited, both, happy?
Yeah. All of the above.
Yeah,
yeah. Oh wow. My legs hurt really bad though.
From what?
The physical fitness test we did yesterday.
The one mile walk?
Yeah, it wasn't just a walk. They still hurt.
Alright, sweet. Alright, let's go find where you're supposed to be. So, not just for this film, but in general in filmmaking, you have to get really used to following like handwritten paper signs taped up all over the place. Yep. Because that's how they let you know where they're filming. So you'll see this almost every production you go to. And then even little drawn arrows. Alright?
Okay, so while we were walking down here, we saw this really cool stairway, which is like covered in art, and it's very pretty. It's very radical. I also just got like a 5-minute lecture about door design, so that was pretty cool too.
You remember what they're called?
Norman doors.
Norman doors.
Yeah.
Look at, Google it. It's a lot of fun.
Alright, but yeah, there's just this really cool stairwell, which is not what you expect when you go into a stairwell. Okay, so we've gotten our sides for the audition, so I'm reading through these really quickly, and then I'm probably going to read through my monologue one more time before I go in. I get to swear a lot in this, which is very good. I'm excited about that. But yeah, I guess I'll see you after the audition. Okay, so we just got done with the audition. It was, well, yeah, I did.
I wasn't in there.
And you were not. I got done with the audition, and it was really, really fun. I really enjoyed it. The tone of the thing was really fun. I got to swear a lot, so that was
they're always different, right?
Yeah, they're always,
What was this one like?
This one?
Yeah.
This one was like...
the tone, when you're talking about the tone, what do you mean?
Oh yeah, the tone of the audition.
Yeah.
It was really, so first of all, the studio was huge.
Oh, cool.
Like, it was gigantic.
Like a soundstage?
It was like, yeah, like a soundstage.
Like a YouTube space, kind of?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So being in there was super cool. And they were both very laid back, but you can tell they were really passionate about who they picked, because they wanted someone to portray their character the way they wanted. Okay, it was the director? Exactly.
Ali?
I don't...
And it's like A-L-E.
Ooh, cool.
Yeah.
It's like a robot.
Yeah.
That's cool. It's like Noelle.
That's not what I thought of, but okay.
Wait, what did you think of?
I don't know.
I thought of a robot immediately.
He's a robot. Okay, go ahead.
He's a robot.
All right, so they were laid back but passionate.
Yeah, they were really passionate.
It's a good place to be.
They wanted me to do it the way that they envisioned their character, and
of course
they were like less, because some laid back auditions are just super like, sure, whatever, say it the way you want to.
You did the monologue?
Yes, I did the monologue. Okay. And they liked the monologue. They seemed like, I looked up at them a couple times. I made sure to look away a few times though. They seemed to be a little at least watching me do it. So they weren't ignoring me and not really listening, so I didn't bore them.
All right, does that happen?
Not yet.
Okay, all right.
But it might.
You've heard that happens? Okay.
I've heard that, yeah, if they really don't like you, you can tell. They're just not even looking at you.
They're on their phone?
Yeah.
Playing Tetris? That's
Playing
a
Tetris?
dad reference. That's what you do when you're bored. You play Tetris on your phone.
Yeah.
They're playing Worm.
Oh my god, it's called Snake!
Minesweeper.
The Minesweeper. Whoa, Stranger Things.
Okay, keep going.
Okay, so now I'm in a car. But yeah, I really like the tone of the audition. It was sort of exactly where like they needed to be, because either...
Okay, so you just did the monologue once.
Yes.
And they were like, okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Nice job. Now, did you get the scene?
Yes.
And you said,
I did the scene, and
yes,
then they gave me an additional scene, which...
Ooh. And you had to read it, I assume, because there's no way you memorized that.
Yeah, I had to cold read it. Okay. But it was fun, and they were...
So what was your technique for cold reading the scene that they gave you, but still bringing some emotion to the table?
Well, I read it a couple times before, so I knew the gist of the line, and I knew how I wanted to deliver it. Like, I envisioned it in my brain.
Was it like that? Is that how you delivered it?
Yes, yes, that's how I delivered all my lines, including my monologue too. But no, I just sort of like knew how I wanted to deliver it. I just pretended a lot. I will find an actor for someone and then imagine how they'd do it across. Oh, interesting. And then I'd do it. Okay. So I delivered the lines and I read them first, and yeah, the big thing is I had to read it off of the paper, because you're not supposed to look at the paper while other people are talking. You shouldn't do that. Oh, so, that's one of the things you learned in your class? Yeah. Oh, okay. Don't look at the paper when other people are talking. So don't be reading, looking for your next line while the other person's doing it, because you're supposed to be listening and responding to what the other person. Okay, all right, I got that. So that makes sense. And nice job. I did that. So I had to read it off, but I've been reading my own writing every week for the past like 4 years. Oh, out loud? I drew it on. Yeah. So I sort of have this ability to see how a line is supposed to come across, at least the way I wrote it, and then make it happen with my mouth. So that was sort of what I did. I made sure to get into a place. I did it a little bit. I was sort of told that it's easier to be more over dramatic and then have them ask you to tone it down. So I did it. I put a lot more emotion behind it at first than I did during the second couple of read-throughs. Okay. Because it's a lot. Because then you're showing them that you can do intense emotion. Right. Even if they don't want that specific scene to have intense emotion, they can see that, and it's a lot more likely for them to ask you to do it again but calmer than to have them ask you to do it again but more vibrant. Interesting. So I did that, and it was fun. I love that. Good audition. That's a cool thing to know. Yeah, and I liked the auditioners. The auditioners? Sure. Sure, the auditioners, because, not the auditioners, the table. Yes, I liked the table, because they sort of, because I've come across a couple different types of audition people. Tables. So, tables. I've come across a couple of different tables. Robots. Yes. So, there's the ones that treat you exactly like an adult, and they're very harsh, and they barely speak to you. And it's sort of like they're not aware you're an actual child. And then there's them that treat you super duper light and fluffy. And you hate those people. I hate people that treat you super duper light and fluffy. I complain about them all the time. Yes. Because like, they're not, you want need notes. Feedback, please. You want notes, yes. All right. Okay. So they never ask you to do it again. They never ask you to do anything differently. They never treat you like, you know, a person. An actor. Yeah, they don't treat you like an actor. And then there's people like these people, which are a mix in between. Like, they're aware they're dealing with a child, so they're not super serious the whole time. Right. But they're also like passionate about what they're doing, and they want you to deliver the lines the way they envision the lines. Yeah, well, that sounds like the right place to be. Yes, that was a good place to be, and I really liked it. Okay. It was my first time doing that dramatic of a monologue. Did you catch what the roles were? No. I assume the director, and maybe she wrote it. I don't know. No, we didn't actually. She never said. They didn't introduce themselves as. No. Yeah. They're just like, suck. I'll show you a picture of her, and you can tell me if that was one of them. I assume she was there. Yeah, it was cool. And then maybe there's a casting director. Okay, cool. So you were happy. Yeah. So this is, like you said, this is one of the first times we've taken you out for something that is more dramatic. It's super dramatic. But I get the feel that you want to do kind of this kind of dramatic stuff. I want to do like space opera. So did this feel more like something you want to do? Yeah. Than some of the other auditions you've had, maybe? Yeah, because I like the dramatic. You get to cuss. I get to cuss. And I like the dramatic. I don't watch boring kids TV show. Boring. We're not boring, but I don't watch kids TV shows that don't have any like aspect of drama beyond who's dating who or whatever. I do watch Andy Mack though. That's
Are there kid shows that the drama is who's dating who?
Oh, so many. That's like every single show on Disney ever. That's all the
like the Chica show?
Not the Chica show.
Who's Chica? Did Chica break up with?
No, I mean like shows aimed at kids
young
that are
adult
older.
Kind of thing.
No, not even young adult, like
but
pre-teen.
not Chica.
Not Chica show. Not the Chica show. I watch Andy Mack sometimes and I enjoy it. But otherwise like that super peppy
all right.
drama is boring.
So the drama thing is a good call, like
yes, I like the drama when someone might be dying.
Even though it feels like it may be a little more emotionally taxing.
It is very emotionally taxing, but it's
to do
fun.
The audition. Right.
Right, and I have this weird thing where whenever I'm in an emotionally taxing situation and I'm upset, if I think back on it, it's hilarious. It's so funny. So, I don't really feel that bad after. Whoa. I don't really feel that bad after those auditions.
Right, but like getting in the mental state can be a little more emotionally taxing than having to be like upbeat. Although that's kind of hard too sometimes, being like super upbeat and perky can be
like Batman.
Easy. Yeah. What?
Not Batman, Batman from John Mulaney.
Oh.
Batman the nurse, not Batman the guy.
Batman, be all perky and happy like Batman all the time. I don't know. You totally lost me.
The other Batman.
The nurse, yeah.
The nurse Batman.
Right. But when you're not that guy every day, it's hard to go in and be that guy.
Be like, woo-hoo!
Yeah.
It's hard. I have experience.
This is really fast. I'm going to loop back to one thing though. This is really kind of fascinating to me. So you're saying that in your training,
as
a thespian, you have learned that it's better for your first performance to be a little hot.
Yeah.
And for them to say, hey, that was really good. Can you come back a little bit? Can you pull it back a little bit?
Yes.
Then for you to be a little flat, and for them to say, hey, can you punch it up a little bit?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense, right?
Right. Because then you're showing them, like I said, you're showing them that you can be hot and excited and do really intense emotions.
Yeah.
And it's easier for you to cool down. And it's always easier for you to do it, to have too much than add more.
Than to like fake adding more kind of.
Yeah,
I got you. Cool, that's good feedback. I like that.
Feedback. Yeah.
Nice. I like your coaches.
Yes.
I've always liked your coaches, but I like your coaches.
Especially right in this moment.
Okay, so you read the scene. Let's go continue with the narrative so you can flip that thing around.
Okay.
So you read the scene the first time. Cold red. You had a reader. How was your reader? So readers can either be like really flat, or they can be engaged and like reading it like they're acting. How was your reader?
Our reader was our reader. I keep saying our. I'm so used to referring to myself as the channel, which has multiple people working.
Oh, we do like respond to all the comments in third person plural.
Yeah. I'm so used to referring to myself like as act out game. So like when people are asking me questions about it, I'm like we, because the whole family works on it.
Is very important.
Third person plural. Yeah. That's what I use most of the time. But yeah, the reader was very, wasn't very flat, but like sort of how in the car I was just delivering my monologue by just saying the words. I wasn't getting into the emotion zone. I was just saying words. Right. So sort of like that.
But not like bored and flat. And
no, not bored. But that's honestly better to judge an actor's performance to see if they can work off of someone that's not working with them. Because like an actor, like a huge part of being an actor is being able to work with someone else. And if that someone else isn't being good at acting, you have to deal with it. Right. So it was better.
I love that you're teaching people what it takes to be an actor.
Am I? I'm just saying that. I'm just repeating information I heard.
No, it's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so your reader was reading.
Yes.
All right. And you did it once.
And then they were like, "That cool beans, you did it."
Did they say cool beans?
I wish they said cool beans.
Because you would definitely have the mark if they say cool beans.
If they say cool beans, I'd be like, yes, I want this part.
If they're the kind of people that say cool beans, you would be in.
They were like, well, I mean, I already said sub, and they did not say sub. Oh, that was me ad-libbing. But they were like, cool, do it again, but she's more, like, she doesn't care as much that this guy is saying these things.
Oh, interesting.
So I was like, cool, and then I did it again.
So that is kind of bringing it back, like you said.
Yeah.
Whatever.
A what?
That's cool, baby.
That's cool, baby.
You were John Travolta when all his friends were watching him, not when he was alone with Sandy.
Yeah, I was John Travolta.
You started out as John Travolta alone with Sandy.
And then why are we referring to him as John Travolta, but then referring to
Because I never can remember his character's name.
Same as Danny.
Danny.
And not
So
referring to.
You were Danny hanging out with Sandy. And Sandy!
It wasn't that bad.
And then they're like, hey, look, pretend Kanicki's there.
Yeah.
Watching
They said that
you.
exactly.
That was your feedback, your notes. Were pretend Kanicki just showed up
And is now watching me.
with Rizzo. And you switched to, that's cool, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Nikki is there in the room now. I must act like he is watching me.
From now on, when we're doing like taped auditions, those are going to be my notes.
Pretend
Okay,
Kanicki
just left.
No, you already.
So you can.
You already said once during an audition, pretend like Saeed just whispered something into your ear, and then Rex is laughing now. Like you said, you do that already. It's good. It's helpful.
That's gonna be my note though. Kanicki just showed up, so tone it down a little bit.
Be cool.
That's cool,
That's
baby.
cool, baby.
That's cool, baby.
Alright, yeah. They did not, unfortunately, announce that Kanicki was now in the room.
Right, but that's what they actually
That's what
did.
they, yes. And then they did it.
So you did it again.
Yeah, and then they gave me another scene, which wasn't one of the scenes I was given, and I did that one.
Alright, so this is me,
Cool.
like maybe like stuff I've heard, or stuff that I totally made up. Because often
That's a majority of everything I say. That is everything I say ever.
I get those confused. Either I heard someone say this once, or I totally made this up. Like if they weren't interested in you, they wouldn't have asked you to do an extra scene.
Yeah. So I think.
And that's kind of like interviewing too. Like when I'm interviewing somebody for a job. Like when you do these multi-day interviews, like at Dell, you used to have these interviews where like 7 people would interview you, and everybody would take 45 minutes, and it would be all day long.
Oh.
But like sometimes after like the 3rd interview, you're just like, look, let's just sit at home at lunch, and you would send the HR person back in there. I don't know how the HR person like delivered that message.
That must have been so
It can't have been good. But like we were super busy, and there was a lot going on at Dell.com, and like if you knew somebody wasn't going to get the part, if you knew somebody wasn't going to get the job, like wasting 4 hours of senior people's time interviewing them was kind of a wasted effort, right?
Right.
And so yeah, we would just go tell the HR person, look, this person's not going to make it, so I'm not going to have these other people interview them.
Okay.
And so we would totally do that. And like now, I've never even really thought about it, because all I had to do was go tell the HR person, and then I would go back to work.
Yeah, the HR person has to say that.
Yeah, I never really thought about what the HR person had to
Did
say. But yeah, so same thing. Like I would assume they would not have given you an additional scene if they weren't at least kind of borderline.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, nice.
So they gave me an additional scene, and that was
All
fun.
right, so now flip around, tell me about the additional scene.
Alright, so the additional scene was the lead up to the scene I did before.
Oh, okay.
So I did that.
Backstory?
The backstory.
It was a flashback?
It was a flashback to where I was Michelle Rodriguez working at the police station, and Rex was there. But yeah, it was just the lead up scene where we were walking to the place we were in. We were at a U-Haul.
Yeah.
So we were walking to the U-Haul.
Yeah.
And so we were sort of having this dialogue and messing with one of the other kids in the group. And so it was really fun.
You know what else I thought of?
What?
Mega Day.
Oh no! Oh
I told you.
I'm so stupid.
Like we thought of it one time, and I was like, we should totally take your glasses off right now, because we're not going to remember. And I was like, no, I'll do it right before I go in.
Screw it.
No.
I have my glasses on, and if they're interested in my face without glasses, they can see that.
Did they tape it?
They did. They taped it,
Okay.
and I did slate into camera and stuff. So, yeah.
All right. So you felt good about.
Right, and it felt really weird because usually they don't pay any attention to you if they're taping it. They just like.
Oh yeah, they look at the tape later.
But they were actually paying attention to what I was saying, which was interesting.
But the most important thing is the tape.
Yes.
How you look on film and
Yes.
video is going to be the important thing. Okay. Cool.
Cool.
Awesome. All right. Well, you know what?
Right.
There's a halfway between where we are and home, which is we're like 2 hours away from home.
Yeah, I know, we're super far.
A bit of a haul for an audition, but this is what we're doing. Like an hour up around like Irvine.
Yes.
Outback. You want to go to Outback?
Yes.
Let's go to Outback. Let's go celebrate. Go to Outback.
All right. Yeah.